Nieces and Niestos, how are you today? Welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. I'm SavingsFashionista, and over here we talk mainly things fragrances, but there are times where I will put in a little bit of this or that. But today we are here to talk about the fragrances that were either replenished in my collection for the month of February, or they were new purchases or gifts. So if you're interested in hearing that type of content, please stay tuned. Hello, Niestas and Niestos. All right, so we are about to get right into this content. I want to start with Tom Ford. All right, so we're going to start off with Tom Ford. This is Soleil Neige. When I buy Tom Fords, I normally like to get this size, which is the 30 ml. I am a fan of Tom. However, his fragrances are a little too strong for my liking. The majority of his fragrances are a little too strong for my liking. Personally, my nose like them, but my body makeup, like my sinuses and allergies, they don't like them. So I'm very selective when I pick my Tom Ford fragrances, and even with being selective, I really would prefer to buy the 30 ml fragrances. However, there are some situations where I have bought the 50 mls because maybe that particular location only had the 50 mls or larger, or I got a 50 ml at a really good price. So this is one of those situations where I had an option and I did get the 30 ml. This is the Soleil Neige. It is a part of the private blends. This beautiful packaging. I just love it. It just screams prestige to me because it just reminds me of a strong, tall column, you know, like a column that's on a building or something. I really like these bottles. But Soleil Neige is one of those fragrances that I have been going in and out of the store, Saks, Sephora, just sampling it every time I went there. I eventually went ahead and bought the body oil for Soleil Neige. It was either late spring last year or the early part of the summer. Very pleased with it, really enjoyed it. With the oil, I was pairing it with my Le Labo's Bergamot 22 or my Iris Malacon by Maison Crivelli. But I went ahead and I purchased it. I really wanted to get it so I can experience it during the cooler months, because I was somewhere on a blog, and they had some commentary saying that this was one of those fragrances that could be befitting for warm, hot, or cool, cold weather. So I really wanted to try it and experience this during the colder months. I did wear it on a really cold day. I don't really know how I feel. I'm still like in a courtship with it. I don't have a whole lot of time left during the cold months to experience it, but the next 60 degree or lower day we have here, I want to wear it again. I'm going to pay really close attention to it. I'm sold on how I feel about it for the summer. It is a really nice summer scent. Soleil Neige is definitely a different type of fragrance. It is real different. It has the citrusy note of bergamot in it. It has some carrot seed in it. It also has some orange blossom. It has a white floral, and it has some labdanum, and it has some other florals in it as well. And it says it has a little vanilla in it, but I'm not really sure about that. I don't get a lot of vanilla, but it is definitely a nice fragrance. So again, this is Soleil Neige by Tom Ford. All right, this next fragrance I want to share is also from the house of Tom Ford. This is also new to my collection. Thanks to my essay at Saks Fifth Avenue when I bought the Electric Cherry, I was given a sample of the Oud Wood, and they said that I should pair the Oud Wood with the Cherry Smoke. Now, I didn't get the Cherry Smoke. I got the Cherry, Electric Cherry. And just smelling this by itself, and this is a 50 ml, I fell for it, you guys. I am really shocked that I like this. I thought that I would not like it because, you know, when you hear oud, that lets you know it's going to be a very deep, rich type of fragrance. off the top, but this is a different type of oud. This is one of those ouds that I would highly recommend to a person that wants to experience oud, or, you know, try to get a feel of oud. Oud is not a new friendly type of fragrance, in my opinion. It is one of those fragrances that you really have to experience and you have to grow into. But this one right here, I would definitely say, because it's very mild, very, you know, just not too overwhelming and not too underwhelming, in my opinion. It has notes of agar wood. It has some cardamom in it. It has some sandalwood and some vetiver. I am totally enjoying this fragrance. This is also one of those fragrances that is an easy blend. This blends well with the Lost Cherry. It blends well with the Electric Cherry. It blends well with the Cherry Smoke. I said that I was going to try to play around with it and blend it with some other fragrances to see how well it blends, but this is definitely a unisex fragrance. I think that it is a balance. It's not more male or more female, in my opinion, but I am truly enjoying this. This is Tom Ford's Oud Wood. All right, the next fragrance I got, this was a birthday present. So this is something that I had been wanting. This was on my wish list also. And this is Delina a la Rose. And Delina a la Rose, it comes packaged like the Oh So Beautiful packaging, but it is more of a frosted, translucent type of pink bottle. Very light. It has that same Delina DNA, but it's more of a fresh, airy type of fragrance. It is definitely a rose fragrance. It has rose, it has lychee, but the lychee is not as spicy or intense in the a la Rose as it is in the Delina. I don't think it's in Delina exclusive, not sure, but this has a pear note in it. It has some watery notes, and it has a musky note in it, as well as vetiver and some other notes also. But this is Delina a la Rose. It is so beautiful. Now they have come out with a new one that comes in a very similar package, but it's clear, it's white, and that is the Valea. That's also on my wish list, so hopefully I'll get it soon, one day. All right, so again, this is Delina a la Rose by Parfums de Marly. All right, the next fragrance that I got was also a gift, and it's weird because not only is this my first time having this fragrance, and this is Kilian's Rolling in Love. This is a completely empty bottle. It's not my second time having this fragrance. So this is a halfway filled bottle. You can see the halfway mark. Yeah, so this bottle is really almost like a third gone. So definitely like my second time having it, but my third. So again, this is Rolling in Love by Kilian. It comes packaged like this. And this is a full brand new bottle. Same type of packaging. It hasn't changed at all. So again, that is Kilian's Rolling in Love. And this is an almond goddess fragrance. It is so beautiful. It has almond milk, iris, freesia. It has a little tuberose and some talcum bean in it. It is such a beautiful fragrance. Kilian's Rolling in Love could definitely be a signature scent. It is so pretty. I don't know if this is cited to be a unisex, but if so, I definitely say that it's more feminine. It may not even be unisex, but if so, I think that it's more feminine than it is masculine. So, but it's a very beautiful fragrance, as you can tell. Kilian's Rolling in Love. And that's how I am. I'm even more extreme about the Bun No. 9 Scent of Peace for her. I know I've had, this is probably my, anywhere from my 10th to 12th. Because I've been with Scent of Peace for so long, since 2001, 2002. So I've had quite a few bottles of that. But I don't know if Kilian is going to get that type of play, but it's a really good fragrance. All right, so moving on. the last fragrance that I got in the month of February. And this was one of those times I had already told myself, I was like, you know, no buy. It's a no buy. But it was one of those days I was feeling just not good. You know how you just have those days and life is lifing, and that's what I tend to do. But I'm gonna have to get a grip on my emotions and how I react when it's time or I want to do something. I'm gonna have to find something less expensive to do than go out and spend money on perfumes. But I also bought this because I had been using the Fallen in Blooms, and I'm like, this is so good. I have almost made it through an entire bottle of a fine fragrance mist, the large one. So it is so good. And this is the fragrance that is supposed to be well, Fallen in Bloom is supposed to be a dupe for, but this is the Burberry Her, and this one is the EDP. This is the one that was released before the recent one, which was the Elixir, that comes in a opaque pink bottle. This one is you can see through this one, but this is a beautiful fruity explosion, and it does smell so much like Fall in Bloom. It has strawberry, raspberries, blackberries, blackcurrant. It has a musk note in it. It has cashmere and the oak moss note. I think that oak moss note combined with all the fruitiness, it just makes this fragrance what it is. So again, this is Burberry Her EDP. And those are all the fragrances that I got for the month of February, you guys. Now, we're working really hard to do a complete no-buy this month, the month of March. I'm really hoping that I make it through. I'm going to make it through. I'm going to do well. And I'm going to start alternating my months. I'm going to try to do a no-buy, low-buy, no-buy, low-buy. And that will kind of curtail some of the purchasing, because after you get so many fragrances, you guys, it starts to become an issue. You are happy with your collection and you really enjoy them, but it becomes a time that you're like stuck. What do I wear today? And I don't want my fragrance to consume so much of my mornings or just so much of my getting readies, because that can very well happen. Because a lot of times I'm trying to create a vibe, you know, depending on what I have on. I either want to match it by color or match it by the aura that I think my outfit gives. You know, if I'm pulling off Black Legacy, you know, I want to pull out my Nomad. If I'm pulling off gym wear, I want something real fresh. So it can really be or become very overwhelming when you have a large collection. And I want to enjoy my fragrances. I don't want them just because they are in pretty packagings or just for the sake of saying I have them. I want to enjoy them. So I want to thank you guys again for coming back to the channel. I really appreciate you. If you have not subscribed, if you would, please consider subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up, and do not forget, you, yes you are great. Bye-bye.